Hey everyone, welcome to All Things Iceland. It's Jules and I'm doing something a little bit different on my channel today. I thought it would be really interesting to showcase what you could buy for over $500,000. So it's between $500,000 to $600,000. According to today's exchange rate, of course that can change regarding how much it is. But people do often ask me about like how much does it cost to buy or to rent, and I will work on, of course, showing you a place where you can rent in the downtown area. I'm specifically in Seltjarnarnes. It's like a 10-minute drive from downtown. And this place has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lovely kitchen. The whole thing's been completely renovated and I think quite nice. I might think that because I live here. So I'm gonna show you around and then give you an idea about the place itself and the view, which is amazing. Starting off, of course, with the entrance, which has a heated floor under the tiles, which I absolutely love. And this apartment is 126 square meters or 1,356 square feet, for those who are wondering. As I'd mentioned, this place had been completely renovated, and I'm actually gonna do a video that's a before and after of what it looked like, because it definitely didn't look anything like this. In fact, when we bought the place, I'll go over like pricing and things of that nature. Funny enough though, there was kind of like an accidental flip that we did of this place because we're not planning to actually stay here. And that's why it looks the way it does in terms of it's kind of blank to some degree and also really, really neat. So it's being shown on the market, and it's possible that when this video comes out, the place might have been sold already, potentially. So that's just another interesting update. And I'll do the whole story later on as to why that's the case and all that jazz. But it is interesting, of course, like putting a lot of work into a place and then ending up selling it. And though I'd mentioned that it's a 3-bedroom, of course, one of the rooms is my office. And to me, that's one of my favorite rooms of this place because of the view. It's just insanely gorgeous. And because there's not actually any curtains in that room, the light that shines in is just so rejuvenating and amazing. And on a clear day, being able to see the mountains and the ocean is so amazing. I love it. But the kitchen, whew, I love this kitchen. So there's so many details in this house that I put in just because of my personal taste. And at the same time, I guess other people like it too, because when the real estate agent saw it, they were like, woo, this is really nice. And I'm like, yeah, right? Like this tile, I love the tile in the kitchen, as well as in the shower, the main bathroom, that fishbone pattern. That was something that I was like super adamant about because I just felt like it looks elegant, but like effortlessly elegant. And so it's just quite nice to be able to put in these little things that end up being nice touches, but it's not like too overly done, I guess, like overly personalized or something like that, so that other people can enjoy it. One of the things I really love about the kitchen too is that we can just turn on this light because for me, when we first saw this space, it was super dark. And I'm gonna, like I mentioned, do a video about the rehab of it because literally like the ceiling, everything is new, everything in this place. Besides maybe the dishwasher. But still, it's something where it ended up being not intentionally a total rehab either. That's what's kind of funny to me when I think about this whole situation, is because there's so much work that has gone into it to make it this way. But when we bought it, and I'll go into that, and of course like the price of when we bought it was $55 million. And so a lot of money was put into creating a space that's really beautiful and basically like a clean palette to work off of and open this space up, because it was not as open as it is now. And that's something that I find really cool, to know that this space transformed into something that feels like really inviting and open and airy and bright. All the like the ceiling lights and everything are things that were intentionally put in just to make it so that during the long, dark winter nights of Iceland, this space feels bright and somewhere, you know, you'd want to be, and not like dark and kind of sad. For those of you wondering what the room off to the side of the kitchen is, it is a storage area, and it was really convenient to be able to put things in there while the apartment was being shown. It's not considered another bedroom, even though it is quite large because it doesn't have any windows, but it does have a door, like an exit fire door. Okay, now off to the rest of the house, and as you can see, it's very open. Here is the dining room and the living room if you want to sit and watch television. There's me. Before I take you into the main bedroom, which also has a view of the ocean and the mountains. That's why the bed is facing in that direction, and a really huge wardrobe. As I mentioned, it's lacking personality on purpose. And if you are wondering, yes, this house was sold. My ex and I owned it together, and when we split up, we decided to sell it. Off to the right is where I'm taking you next, which is a guest room. It is quite small, and that was done a little bit on purpose just because it's not meant for anyone who's really going to be in there long term. And if you span up, you see that there are some windows there. We created this wall, so we've knocked down a lot of walls, created these walls so that some light can come through, and in this case also air. There's a half bath in this room. This room specifically has its own bathroom, and I love the pop of color that is in here. Sometimes I like to randomly place pops of color, and so the guest room has its own bathroom. It's a half bath, and what's lovely is that it has this blue color on it that I just thought was really pretty with this subway style of the tiles. And yeah, it's actually, I love that space as well. It just kind of goes in and you're like, bah, blue, really bright. But that was kind of the point. It's just to brighten it up, look nice, and feel really vibrant. Right next door to the guest room is the main bathroom. As you can see, there's a huge shower with this fishbone pattern of the tile that I talked about, and I'm a huge fan of this. I just fell in love with this when I saw it on Pinterest, and it's like, this has to be in the house because it gives it just a little bit of personality. And there's also double sinks, a washing machine that also is a dryer, and it's just a nice large bathroom. All right, so that concludes this house tour, and essentially what you could get for between $500,000 to $600,000. Obviously, the more downtown you are, the higher the price. And in this case, like I mentioned during a rehab, brought the value of the place up a lot. I mean, there was only one bathroom in here before, but I am gonna do a video, so definitely make sure that you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the before and after, because it's insane actually how different this place looks and feels as well, just for people who come over to visit, or you know, for me living here and things of that nature. So I'm excited to showcase that to you because it was so dark, so dark in this place, but now it's lovely and, you know, pretty, I think. But let me know in the comments what part of the apartment that you liked. If you're interested in seeing other types of videos like this, meaning showing what you would get if you were to rent for a certain price in the Reykjavík area, of course, like maybe more expensive homes in Iceland. I'm always really curious to like maybe take a tour of the most expensive home in Reykjavík. We'll see if that even is possible. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and to share it with somebody who you think would enjoy it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.